Welcome to day 3 of photographing every single sport until I get to photograph the 2028 LA Olympics. And this time we're going to photograph my personal favorite sport, football. And back in the day, your boy actually played left tackle. So unlike soccer, this is actually a sport that I knew pretty well. And I felt really confident in photographing it. This is actually technically my second time photographing it because back in college, I had to photograph a game for one of my classes. But back then, I actually used a Canon 80D and a 50mm prime. And now we're using an R6 Mark II and a 70-200. So I think I have way better gear now than I did back then. But anyways, let's get into the game. I want to talk to you guys how I photograph this football game. For the most part, I try to stay about 20-30 yards in front of the action. And since we're photographing for Dickinson College today, pretty much just if they were on offense or defense, I'd say about 20-30 yards. Defense, I'd get a little closer personally, but like for offense, I try to do that. And then once they got to the red zone, I would actually just go to the other side of the end zone and just kind of photograph it there. I would also photograph on a lot of sideline action because there's so many players. I want to try to get as many photos as possible, as well as coaches, and that's something I wanted to prioritize as well. So that way the school had a variety of things. You never know if it's a person's going to get like coach of the week or player of the week, and sometimes just having that photo is actually really good. But when it comes to the actual action aspect of photographing football, it's really just kind of watching the game and just being ready at any given moment because you never know what's going to happen. Something that you might think end up being a touchdown drive can end with an interception going for a touchdown the other way, and you just kind of have to be on your toes ready for anything to happen at any given moment. And this is where I think having multiple cameras with different lenses would be very beneficial. You might see like a photographer, he has 2 cameras in here, and that's great. I had one and kind of just working with what I had, and that's where I think photographing football is both fun but also challenging. As you saw there, not only is photographing the action super important, but the reaction sometimes gives you the better photos. So you got to make sure you keep photographing after the play is done because you never know if that's going to be the better shot. But overall, let me know how I did. And if you like these photos, let me know which one was your favorite one. These are some of my favorite shots. And also, if you made it to this far in the video, do me a favor, tag the Detroit Lions in this video because second to the Olympics, that would be the dream job for me.